I'm gonna have you take big inhale, raise those arms up above your head. Exhale, keeping that back long, reaching through those fingertips, hinge at those hips. Reach and extend out. So trying to keep your legs and your back long. We'll come back up to standing, we'll release those arms. And then again, big inhale up. And then push back into those hips, lengthening through the spine, through the legs. And then release. We're gonna go 3 more there. Big inhale up. Exhale to fold. Go ahead and release and stand up. Last one here. And then you're gonna go ahead and release again. We're gonna go ahead and fold at the hips. We're gonna walk out into our plank. So we're gonna take a big inhale up this time. Let the spine roll, let the shoulders roll. Bend the knees if you need to connect to the mat. And then begin to walk your body out into that plank position. From here, you're gonna go ahead and push your knees down to the ground. Push back into your hips for that modified child's pose. Now we're gonna launch forward and take a big step up with one foot into that groiner stretch. So I'm gonna exhale, step up. Now you guys are gonna stay there for just a second. I'm gonna admit Alex real quick. There we go. And then we're gonna go ahead and open up the inside arm. Hey, Alex. Go ahead and set that arm down. You're gonna step back with that foot. Again, drop the knees to the mat. Bring yourself into that modified child's pose, stretching the back out, rounding the spine up. We'll take a big inhale together. On our exhale, we're gonna launch forward. The opposite leg is gonna step up. Drop the back knee so you have that nice big stretch, and then go ahead and exhale to reach and stack those shoulders. Dropping the arm back down to the ground, you're gonna go ahead and release back into your plank position. This time, we're gonna go ahead and lower all the way down to the ground. So if you need to drop to your knees, please feel free to. Otherwise, keep your plank, start to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Elbows drive back behind you. Release to the ground. Slide those arms straight out to your side in a T position. You're gonna exhale, you're gonna lift one leg over, placing the foot into the ground, and then twisting into the shoulder for this nice big shoulder stretch. Release back to the floor. Take another big inhale. On your exhale, again, twisting to the opposite side, bring that foot across. Go ahead and release. We're gonna go ahead and slide our hands back underneath our shoulders. Pull your shoulders back and down. Bring your elbows back like they're gonna touch behind your back. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, you're gonna push up to a plank position. So we're gonna take a big inhale, breathe, exhale, push straight up. Perfect. Lift those hips up. Find downward dog for me. Again, option to add that pedal of the hips by just alternating that knee bend. We're gonna roll the spine back into plank position. We're gonna go through that one more time. So you're gonna go ahead and spring back, dropping the knees to the ground, release into that modified child's pose, rounding the back up. Head can rest on the mat. Inhale. On your exhale, let's spring forward, first leg lunges. Drop the back knee. Inside arm lifts to raise. Big stack as you twist those hips forward. Release back down to the ground. Step back with that foot. Drop your knees back to the floor for me. Sink back onto your heels, modified child's pose. Big inhale, exhale to spring forward to the opposite foot. Drop that back knee, open to stack, big reach. Releasing back down to the ground. Finding our plank position. Again, option to take this to the knees or stay in plank with me. Pull your shoulders back and down and release down to the ground. Nice and controlled, squeezing through the whole posture. Slide those arms straight out to the side. Open up to one shoulder. Pushing my weight to stretch the back side of that shoulder. Rock yourself through. Taking that inhale and then exhaling to twist again. Release again to the mat. Slide both those arms directly underneath your shoulders. Pull the shoulders back. Pull those elbows back if they're going to touch. Again, we can take this from the knees or we can go all the way up to a full plank, but big inhale. Exhale to push to find your plank position. Once you're up, shift those hips up for me. Finding downward dog. Again, option 2, pedal the hips out if you want to, or just hold the pose. Try to get the tailbone to reach up towards the ceiling and pull those shoulders away from your ears. All right, guys, to release out of this, option 1, you can walk the hands or the feet to the hands. It's a little easier. Or option 2, you can walk the hands to meet the feet. Either way, you're gonna end in a hamstring stretch here. We'll hold for just a second. Again, trying to push those hips even higher or maybe further back behind us. And then let's start to awaken up the body. I may want to shift a little bit side to side, but I'm going to start to slowly roll myself up, put my hips in alignment with my knees, then release my ribs to align with my hips, and then finally releasing the shoulders and the head. Awesome. All right, we are gonna get started. Today is a nice little hybrid workout, guys, so we got a little bit of everything. But we're gonna start with just a step back lunge or a step back, if you feel more comfortable with that. And then we will transition into some more weighted exercises. So right here, guys, I'm gonna put my hands back behind my ears so that I open up my chest, pull my shoulders back and down. But if you feel more comfortable in the hips, that's fine as well. We're gonna go ahead, either full step back or half step back. So you can either drop into just here, or if you feel comfortable, give me that full lunge. Again, we're still in that kind of warm-up phase. So take your time. Sorry, my game went away. I want you guys to keep going. Technical difficulties over here. Don't want that closed. There we go. All right. We're gonna go just a few more, guys, and then I'll get the timer started. So let's get 2 more on each side. Again, every time focusing on those shoulders, pulling them back and down, and bringing those elbows back behind you. We're gonna go ahead and take the tempo up just a bit, okay? So let's step up, let's find standing position, and we're just gonna come into that marching crunch here. I want you to not worry so much about the flexion. So normally we'll really slow this down, focus on balance and flexion. But this round, let's just warm up the body. Let's get the body pumping. You can pull that knee up to the elbow. Yes, we're still getting flexion across the core, but let's just focus on pulling the knee up, moving at a slightly faster tempo, but again, only as fast as we can control. If you're really all over the place, slow it down just a bit. We're gonna go 25 seconds here. Using that breath, 15 seconds. All right, almost there, last 10. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Take those palms to face each other. They're gonna stay right out in front of you. You're gonna drop into your squat. You're gonna exhale to extend into a reach. Pull and squeeze the shoulders. Stand back out of it, okay? That's it. Sink into the heels, keep them grounded, keep your chest lifted, reach for stretch. Pull back and release. So you can see how much harder your core and your back is working to support that extension at the top of that squat. If it's too difficult, you can squat and then reach into stretch, okay? So that's a modified version. But we have 30 seconds. We're gonna start testing the limits of our squat. We're gonna test that range of motion. Starting to feel a little bit more warm, so we might drop into a deeper squat. Or if you're still feeling stiff, keep it a little higher. Listen to what the body's doing, what it's giving you today. Nice big squeeze of the glutes at the top. We have 10 seconds. All right, guys, we're gonna go here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. We're gonna grab our imaginary jump ropes. So you don't need a jump rope, but we're gonna come into a nice little hop. You can choose multiple variations of how you wanna do this. So you can give me like a double hop. You can give me more of a high knee. You can go ahead and move forward and back. You can twist those hips. You can hop side to side. Whatever you wanna do, I just want this light plyo movement, okay? We're staying really light. Get the heart rate up just a bit because we're gonna go ahead and grab those dumbbells next. So find an interesting mode for you. You can switch through it. You can give me some butt kicks, some high knees, but just moving those feet, staying light. And again, getting that heart rate up just a bit. We're at about 60, maybe 70%. We're not breathing super hard, but we are feeling the heart rate come up, feeling the body temperature come up a bit as well. All right, guys, we got 10 seconds. Almost there. We're gonna go ahead, grab onto the weights for the next set. We'll have a mini break here as we transition, and I'll show you what your first movement is. So we'll go 2, 1, and time. So 2 dumbbells. If you need to modify to 1, please feel free to. We're gonna come into your King Kong. So we're pulling the shoulders back and down, lifting the chest, tucking the glutes underneath us. We're dropping into the squat, curling up, pressing up, okay? So timer just started. Go ahead and join me when you're ready. What I want to be aware of is what my back and my chest is doing. So the dumbbells do not need to hit the ground. That is not the end goal. I want to just get into a squat, start to curl, start to press. What I don't want is being at the bottom of the movement, trying to get the dumbbells down, bending at my back, and putting my low back at risk, okay? So find a comfortable depth for you. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. Just make sure you're challenging yourself and staying safe. All right, we got 10 seconds, guys. We're going to come into a nice auxiliary arm movement, but still working those biceps and shoulders. So you're going to go ahead, relax, rest. You're resting here. I'm going to show you your next movement. You're going to curl the dumbbells up, drop down halfway, fly, and then go ahead and release out of it, okay? So go ahead and join me here. We'll go here in 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're going to curl all the way up, slow drag just to 90. Lift at your elbows to squeeze the shoulders. Release, release down the big curl. Halfway drop, exhale to lift elbows, release them down, bring them down. All right, the great thing about this movement is we keep those arms pretty active through the whole set. The only time you're really allowing them to rest is when they drop all the way down here, okay? If you want to make it harder, you can take that drop completely out of it. If you need to make it a little easier, you can hang out here for an extra second, collect your breath, collect your strength before you get into the next rep. We're always going to go for quality over quantity, even if that means we need to take a mini break. We got about 4 seconds here. We're going to go 2, 1, and time. You're going to drop those dumbbells for me. All right, guys, you're going to go 3 punches. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 2 squats, 1, 2, second squat, twist, twist, okay? I'll do it with you, don't worry. We're going to go here in 2, 1, and go. So hands up, 1, 2, 3, 2 squats, 1, 2, hop to twist, hop to twist. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 2 squats, 1, 2, hop to twist, hop to twist. 1, 2, 3, now we have it. We're gonna move a little bit faster. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2 squats. 1, 2, push, push, back. Use that breath. Push that tempo with whatever you feel comfortable with. 2 squats. Uh-oh, I'm moving it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 2 squats. Twist, twist, punch, punch, punch. Squat it out. We're gonna go 4 seconds. We're gonna go 2, 1, and time. 1 dumbbell. All right, option 1, step back, front raise. Option 2, step back into a lunge, front raise. Again, it's just whether you're gonna take the full depth of that step back. We'll go here in 2, 1, and go. So heart rate is slightly elevated. We're gonna slow it down with this movement. So active recovery. Focus on slowing the breath down. Focus on that range of motion. Again, whenever we're doing this lunge work, front leg does most of the work. I'm trying to step up, not push out of that back foot, but instead really drive through my front leg. We got 20 seconds. Lunge and raise. Perfect. 15 seconds here. Almost there. All right, guys, we're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time, switching arms, switching legs. Again, quick posture check, roll the shoulders down, pull the glutes underneath you, squeeze your abs, make sure we're in good alignment. We're gonna go here in 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So if you took a modified version on the last side, please feel free to go modified on this side, or you can join us for the full range of motion. If the dumbbell gets too heavy, you can also go through this without a dumbbell. You can just hold tension by putting your palm in a fist and try to flex all the way down your arm. We have 30 seconds. Exhale, make sure we're breathing and we're focused on that form, that balance, that control, quality over the quantity, especially with these strength movements. We have 15 seconds, almost there. Last 10. All right, we're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Grab onto your other dumbbell. We have a staggered row. So, quick recap on form. Whenever we are bent over, guys, the more parallel to the ground you are, the heavier those weights become. The low back is of utmost importance here. So what I don't want is this puts a lot of strain on my low back. Instead, I'm gonna bend into my hips, pull my core in, so my core is braced, and I'm gonna pull here, okay? So make sure you have a good setup and foundation before we start. You should not feel low back pain. If you do, you need to sit back, pull your core in, or maybe bring your angle up. All right, we're gonna go right, left, double. So you're gonna look like this. Right, left, release, release, double row, okay? Go ahead and join me. Right, left, down, down, pull and squeeze. Let's focus on those shoulders. Those shoulders pull back and down towards the middle of your back. Elbows scoop right between your ribs and your hips. Right, left, down, down, big squeeze, and release. We got 20 seconds, right? Left, down, down, big squeeze, release down. 15, almost there. All right, last 10. We're gonna go here, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, I have a fun one for you guys. We're gonna do a sissy squat. These are not super sissy though. So if you need to grab onto a wall or a chair for balance, please feel free to. Your heels are gonna elevate. If you have a hard time holding your heels up, you can use your dumbbells. It'll look like this, and I'm actually just gonna step on my dumbbells like they're a high heel shoe, okay? This is the one and only time that you are allowed to push through the front of your foot. So we're gonna shift our weight to the ball of our foot, and you're gonna let your knees come forward. So you're gonna just slide forward, and then you're gonna push and squeeze up. Okay, so our hips end up kind of in alignment with our heels. Don't worry if this is hard at first. It's gonna take a few rounds to feel comfortable with it. Make sure your posture, glutes are tucked underneath you, abs are tight. We're gonna go here, ready, set, go. Take it slow, okay? Pushing through the toes. Let the knees fall forward, and then drive and squeeze up. So what this does is elevating those heels, it puts more emphasis on our quads. You will still feel the glutes. You're also gonna feel your calves and your core. This allows us to stretch the quads a bit more than when we're in that regular squat position. We're able to get just a little bit more range of motion out of it, okay? Nice, strong center. Exhale, push and squeeze. The slower you go, the harder it feels. We have 10 seconds left. All right, we're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, coming to the back of your mat. Option 1, we're gonna go easy first. You're gonna side shuffle forward. So option 1, you're here. 1, 2, 3 steps, back pedal back to your mat, okay? Option 2, if you want to join me, you're going to launch yourself forward, land low, back shuffle, okay? So it's a long jump, land low, back shuffle, okay? Again, whatever you feel comfortable with, you have 10 seconds to decide. You can start easy, we can back out of it. I'll start with modified, I'll move into advanced. We're gonna go here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So side walk, 1, 2, 3, back pedal, okay? Or use those arms, back pedal, back pedal, back pedal. Control and explosiveness. So we don't have a lot of room, okay? So yes, we want that power forward, but we want to land low, light, and controlled. All right, I love it. We got 20 seconds, guys. Use those arms to help propel you forward. 15 seconds, almost there. Big push. Last couple ones, can we get 2 more? Let's go for it. We're gonna go here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay. We're coming down to the ground, but if you need to grab some water, feel free to. I'm gonna readjust. All right. Okay, guys. We're gonna slow it down for a few minutes, and then we'll pick up the intensity again. But let's go ahead and transition into some ab work. So we're gonna go ahead, pull that belly button and low back into the ground. Make sure you're connected to the floor. Hands are gonna go on the temples unless you need support, and then you can grab onto the back of the head here. You're gonna peel just the shoulders up. You're gonna reach your elbow to the ground. Elbow to the ground. Roll back down, okay? Go ahead and join me when you're ready. Exhale, inhale, exhale, release into that inhale. So whenever we're doing core, we're trying to use that exhale to not only propel the movement, but also squeeze our abs that much tighter. Roll on down. All right, guys, you got 20 seconds. Almost there. Last 10. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Go ahead and rest here. We're gonna go ahead and extend the legs long. So this next one, I'm gonna do my best to slide my feet up as I crunch. So they're gonna start long. I'm gonna roll and crunch. Now how high you get depends on how strong your core is. Some of you may just be right here. Some of you may be into a full setup, okay? So let's go ahead and give it a try. Keep the low back rooted to the ground. Exhale to bring everything tight in together. Inhale to release into that stretch, squeezing our core all the way back down. Exhale, pull. Relax and squeeze. Inhale, release, slow drag back. Again, trying to pivot around the belly button, fold around the belly button, whatever you want to call it. But really creating that access point around our belly button as we bring everything tight and together, and then slowly squeeze and control it back down. We've got 15 seconds. Almost there, last 10. We'll go here, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, option 1, knee comes to opposite elbow, coming into that rotation. Option 2, you're gonna bring the upper body to the knee, and then you're gonna alternate those knees, okay? So choose your version. I'll start modified. Time just started, so we're just gonna pull and squeeze. This is great. Low back comes into the ground. Think about making the upper body still do most of the work to come into that crunch. If you want to take it up a notch, you're going to actually keep the foot planted and then sit yourself up and then add that rotation. Again, optional. The first version is great. You can get a lot of tension out of it, but if you want to take that up just a notch, go for it. You got 20 seconds, guys. Hold that tension, squeeze through it. Last 10 here. All right, we're gonna go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. We're going one more on those abs, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab onto those dumbbells again. So we're gonna go ahead and put the hands underneath the glutes, legs to bend. You're gonna extend out. You're gonna pull into a reverse crunch. All right, we'll go here in 2, 1, and go. So I want you to pretend like you're pushing weight out. Now pull and scoop your knees to your chest. Release the hips, push that weight out again. Pull and squeeze in. Lift those hips with you. Yes. Push out. Pull and squeeze. So when you're extending the legs, low back is glued into the ground. Support that low back. If it's too hard at the angle you're at, push up towards the ceiling and then pull and squeeze in. So just take that angle less towards the ground and more upright. That'll protect the back more. We have 15 seconds. Pull and squeeze. Last 10. We're gonna go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, guys. We'll start up in a seated position. Depending on how open your hips are, this is the most advanced version. Now, when I'm in my seated position, I really don't care what position you choose to sit in. What I care about is what your posture looks like. So I want to be pushed slightly forward into my hips, and I don't want to see any kind of round, whether it's at my low back or maybe it's at my shoulders. You should be able to really keep a strong, tall posture, okay? So option 1, this is the hardest. It's in a V-sit. Next, you can take the knees up just to make it slightly easier, or you can scoot them in to make it easier. You can be here like you're more in a sit-up position, so the feet are pretty close. Or the easiest is going to be any version of your crisscross. So whether the legs are in front like this or they're actually stacked, doesn't matter, but just sitting crisscross applesauce. So we're going to take our dumbbells and we're going to go into a shoulder press. Again, depending on how strong your core feels, you may want to go down to 1 dumbbell, or if you feel up to it, you can go for 2, okay? You're going to find that comfortable seated position. All we're going to do is we're going to push those dumbbells up over our head and then bring them down, okay? You are going to get so much more core out of this, so really just focus on those abs. We're going here in 2, 1, and go. So we're going to exhale, inhale down. Really putting that focus and intention on our posture and our core. I'm going to squeeze my abs as I push up, and then I'm going to go ahead and control those weights down. I can make my weights as heavy as I need to or as light as I need to. So if your weights are already feeling heavy, I want a little bit more momentum, a little bit more of a bounce, okay? So it's not out of control, just moving a little faster. If your weights feel light, slow it down. Hold that weight, hold that resistance, squeeze through it, okay? You choose what you need, your workout. It's all about you. We got 7 seconds. Big exhale up. Inhale down. We're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, guys. This next one, again, is pretty ab intensive. So you can go 1 dumbbell or 2. I'm going to take a nice lean that I can support, okay? I want to make sure my low back isn't arched. The further I lean, the harder this is. If you feel your hip flexors, sit up for me, okay? You're going to take your dumbbells. You're going to push them straight out in front of you. They're going to come in alignment with your collarbone. Again, we can go 1 dumbbell to make this slightly easier. We're going to go here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're going to exhale, push up and together. Inhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together. So lots of abs. We got the chest, we have the shoulders. We also have the shoulder blades and the back of the shoulders, upper back working with you as well. Nice full body movement here. Take your time with it. Do not be afraid to adjust those weights or even adjust the angles. If you feel the low back, if you feel those hips, I want you to sit up and I want you to make sure you're not rolling your back. We have a nice, strong, neutral spine. 15 seconds. Almost there. We got this. Last 10, guys. All right. We're going to go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Woo, feeling those arms. Let's go ahead and take a mini break here. Everyone go ahead and sit crisscross applesauce. You're going to go ahead and come into just a bicep curl. If you need to go 1 dumbbell, hold it out in front of you. If you have 2, bring them slightly out to the side of your body. We're gonna go here in 3, 2, 1, and go. Still strong center, curling up, bringing them down. Perfect. All right, check your shoulders for me. Make sure they are not rolled forward. We always want them pulled back and down because we tend to have more of a forward shoulder just because everything we do is out in front of us, and we're really gonna work on strengthening that and moving from more of an open chest, taller posture. We have 20 seconds. Again, I'm really slowing my weights down to make it heavy, but if yours feel hard, you add a little bit more speed, add a little bit more tempo to it. Find a rhythm and a tempo that works for you. We got 7 seconds. We're gonna go here, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, guys, let us transition. We're gonna come into a push-up. I would love to see most of you down on the knees because we're gonna go range of motion over being up on the toes. We're also gonna go with a slightly wider base. So I'm gonna go about the width of my mat. The other thing is that instead of having my hands forward, I'm gonna slightly turn my hands out, but I'm gonna make sure that my shoulders, elbow, and wrist are still in alignment here, okay? We're gonna squeeze those abs. We're gonna bring the chest down to the ground, and then we're gonna exhale to bring it back up. So we'll go here in 2, 1, and go. Bring yourself down. Exhale, push up. Now, so much of this starts, just like with our squat, the push-up really starts at the hands. So I want you to check your grip into the ground. I want you actively gripping into the ground in your mat. Really connecting to the floor. And if you can do that, you'll feel so much more strength and connection as you breathe to come out of that push-up. Bring it down. Exhale. 15 seconds. Almost there, guys. Nice big stretch. Big breath up. Squeeze your abs. We got 5 seconds. We're gonna go 2, 1, and time. All right, we're gonna come into another press. You're gonna hold your dumbbell by either side, okay? You're gonna be here, you're gonna curl that bad boy up, you're gonna press it up. Bring it back down and release, okay? If you feel like your weights are too light for that, you can be here and you can push them together. And you can do this as a modifier just to make it heavier, okay? But again, find a resistance and a tempo that's gonna work for you. And then find that tall posture. Everyone's sitting up tall. If this hurts your knees, you can bring yourself back into crisscross applesauce. You can grab a seat on your couch or on your chair. Guys, I'm so sorry, I forgot to start the timer. Woo, we got extra at work. We got extra credit. Oh yes. We're really gonna start to feel those shoulders. Perfect. Make sure that your ribs don't start to pop out in front of you as you extend those arms up, okay? Keep your core engaged. Keep your back neutral. We have 25 seconds. We're almost there. Now this is a little bit longer set because I forgot. So if you are really starting to burn out, don't be afraid to take the extra break. I totally understand. We have 15 seconds here. Almost there. Last 10. All right, we're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, guys. You can take this up in plank or modify down to the knees. You choose your version. You're gonna go shoulder, shoulder, row, row. Okay? I wanna keep myself still, but I'm gonna allow you a little bit more flexibility. I want you to focus a little bit more on strength, okay? So let's go ahead and start. Again, knees are perfectly fine. Shoulder, shoulder. Pull and scoop like you're doing that row. So usually when we do this, I have you really focus on keeping your hips stationary. There's not a lot of movement side to side. Yes, I still want that, but I'm gonna allow you a little bit more freedom to shift side to side because I want you to move a little bit faster through it, okay? I'm not being reckless with it. I'm not all over the place. I'm still tight. My core is still engaged. I'm just shifting a bit more than I normally would. We have 15 seconds, guys. Keep that tempo up. Keep the core strong. Shoulder, shoulder, pose squeeze, pose squeeze. We're gonna go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time, give yourself a little break here. We're gonna come into a tricep movement. I'm gonna show you guys here. I think we did this once in class. Some of you guys may be familiar with this. Now, if you really struggle, you can take this up into a fourplex like this instead of a modified plank. You're gonna drop down to your elbows. You're gonna push and squeeze up. This is fully modified. If you are up for the challenge, you take yourself into your knees. Look at the straight line. I'm gonna drop myself to my elbows. I'm gonna push up like this, okay? Elbows go straight down, they don't go to the side. So I will start modified and then I will slide back into more of a full engage. Core stays tight, low back is not arched. We're going here into 1 and go. So you can be more in a boxy position like this. This is fine, okay? Again, grip into the ground for me, just like we did with those push-ups. If you want the extra challenge, just slide the knees back. Make sure those shoulders stay back and down. And your hands should be slightly out in front of you, okay? So they're not underneath you like they would be a push-up. They're kind of right at my hairline almost, okay? So we got about 20 seconds. Exhale up, inhale down, almost there. 15 seconds. You got this, guys. If you need to just hold your plank, please feel free to. These are very tough. We're almost there. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Go ahead and rest. We're gonna come back into those dumbbells. You're gonna take a seated position like we did with that incline press. This time we're gonna go bicep curls. So I'm gonna have my arms at the ground. I'm gonna go right. I'm gonna go left, okay? So we will go here into 1 and go. Again, finding that angle that is challenging on your core, but does not put your low back or your hip flexors into full flexion. So I want to keep my core balancing the seated position here, okay? If you do feel your hip flexors, quick little trick, besides sitting up taller, try squeezing your butt cheeks together and turning your feet out slightly to open the hips a bit and turn them off, okay? Or have them engage a little less. If you want a challenge, keep those feet up, still controlling those dumbbells, still keeping those abs tight. We have 10 seconds. You guys are doing great. We're almost there. We're gonna go here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right. We're gonna come into a Russian twist. You're gonna press, twist, twist. Again, you can go 2 dumbbells too. You'll just press here, push them together, twist, twist. All right, we're going here in 2, 1, and go. Posture is everything. Keep that core strong. If you need to adjust your angles, don't be afraid to sit up a little bit taller, or try that trick. Squeeze your booty, turn your toes out slightly. Reach into that rotation. Big press up. Always breathing. Awesome job, guys. We got this. We got 25 seconds. That's it. Big press. 15 seconds. All right. Last 10. We're going to go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, 2 more movements here on the upper body, and then we're gonna take a small break, and then I have a cardio finisher. It is only 4 minutes, and then you're gonna stretch and be done. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. We are getting real close to being done. Grab that dumbbell, it's going over your head. You're gonna bring it into an overhead tricep extension. Nice tall posture. Again, pull those ribs in alignment with your hips, so make sure your ribs and your chest are not sticking out in front of you, but instead they're in a pretty straight line with your hips and your core is engaged. Play with the tempo as you need to. If you need to make it heavier, pause at the bottom and then slow squeeze up. If you need to make it lighter, give me that 1-1 tempo. Again, controlled, but that little bit more of a bounce, kind of using that momentum to help propel us up and down. All right, guys, 15 seconds. Almost there. Breathe. Quick posture check. Look at your back, look at your core, look at your shoulders. Make sure we're still sitting up tall. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Last one. We're gonna come into an alternating shoulder press. So we're gonna be here, right, left, okay? We're gonna go here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, I completely understand if the weights get heavy, drop down to 1, bring it to your center of your chest, push straight up above your head, okay? But if you can, try to stay with me. This is it for those arms. Again, you can really challenge yourself by slowing it down, but if you are feeling those triceps, feeling those shoulders like I am, you may just want to keep it at the tempo we're at. We got 25 seconds. Almost there, guys. Looking strong. Breathe. 15 seconds, you're there. All right. Last 10. We're going to go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. I want you guys to grab a quick water break. Our last 4 minutes are going to be standing, and then we'll take a little bit of time to stretch out, and then you guys are going to be done. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust my camera angle, and then I will explain how this next round will work. All right, you guys. So this next 4 minutes, you're gonna have 4 movements. We're gonna go through it 2 times. You're gonna work 20 seconds on, 10 seconds to rest. The only thing I care about is you getting your heart rate up. So by the end of this, I want us breathing hard and I want our heart rate up. That is all that matters. Yes, I do want you to be safe, but as opposed to earlier when we're like full range of motion, focus on that balance, focus on that control. Yes, we want control, but we're gonna, maybe instead of a full squat, you're gonna move faster and you're gonna give me a partial squat, okay? Even if you could go lower. This is all about speed and tempo, okay? That's all that matters. We're not gonna use a lot of weight. We have a few that we can add weight to if you want to. So I'm gonna show you what our movements are gonna be. Our first one is gonna be our jack press. So it'll look like this. Again, this is one where we can add weight. You can jack and press here, or you can jack and tap, okay? If you don't like to jump, this is a great alternative. All about speed. So even if I'm stepping, I'm gonna move as fast as I can. We're just trying to get that heart rate up. The next one's gonna be your X jump. Option 1, no jump. You X like this. Squat. Again, if I don't want to, if I wanna move fast, I might not reach for my toe, I might reach for my knee. But keep my posture, keep that form, okay? Or if you wanna make it harder, we are gonna jump. We're gonna add that little leap, okay? The next one we're gonna do, guys, is a high knee skip. Again, I can slow it down, turn it more into a march. Last one we're gonna do is mountain climbers. You can take it full to the ground like this, or you can go ahead and pop up to something and elevate like this, okay? Are you joining us? Yeah? Okay. All right. You gotta get out of the way though. Okay, guys, we are gonna get started. My hair is everywhere. That's when you know you're working hard. You shouldn't look cute after a workout, right? You should have your hair everywhere. All right, you guys ready? We got 10 seconds. I'm gonna grab my dumbbell. Please feel free to. We're going jack and press. Boomer, move out of the way. We're gonna go here in 2, 1, and go. So we're right here, guys. Again, all we care about is tempo and speed. So you don't need the weight. If you feel like you can move faster, go without. We're just trying to get that tempo up, move fast, be explosive. We got 3 seconds. 2, 1, time, dropping the dumbbell. All right, X squat or X jump. Modified, you're here. Unmodified, you're gonna leap. We're gonna go here in 2, 1, and go. So don't have to get the toe. Again, you can shorten range of motion and get more reps in. We just wanna be powerful. We wanna be quick. That's all we care about. We got 10 seconds. All right, guys, come on. We got 3, 2, 1. Time, you're breathing, breathing, breathing. All right, high knee skip or marching high knee. 2, 1, and go. So find that speed that feels good to you. Pull those knees up, pump those arms. 10 seconds. We're almost there, guys. Let's go. We're gonna go here. 3, 2, 1. Time, breathing, breathing, breathing. Mountain climbers, don't be afraid to elevate. We're gonna just go for speed. We're going here in 2, 1, and go. Speed, 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 speed. How quick can you be on your feet? As soon as your foot lands, I want you to pop it right back up. Core stay strong. Knees reach up towards your chest. 7 seconds. Keep pumping, keep driving. Almost there, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. We go one more time. We know what to expect. We have 2 minutes to hit peak intensity. Let's go. Ready, set, go. Let's go, guys. 2 minutes, you're done. You can do this. Remember, it doesn't have to be pretty. You don't have to get full range of motion. I just want by the end of this, we're sweating, we're breathing hard. We got 3, 2, 1. Time. Slow the breathing on your rest. X jump or X squat. We're gonna go here in 3, 2, 1, and go. You don't have to hit the foot, the knee, the shin, maybe even the quad is plenty. Just get as many as you can. If you're jumping, land light on those feet. Don't slam into the floor. We have 5 seconds. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. High knee or high knee march. Here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1, and go. We got less than 40 seconds to hit that full intensity. So we're gonna stay focused right here. We're gonna really pick it up. We got 10 seconds. Let's go. Let's go. Almost there. Focus on those arms, forward and back. Pull those knees up. We got 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay. You've made it. Mountain climbers. That's it. Elevated is fine. We're going in 2, 1. Let's go. No. Come on, 15 seconds. Pump, 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 pump. Let's drive those knees. Move as fast as you can. You got 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Everyone, slow your breathing. You should have to actively focus on slowing the breath. So I want big inhales through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. 2 more like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. All right, last one. Big inhale through the nose. And go ahead and release. All right, you guys, hard work is over. We're just gonna stretch, and then we will call it a day. I'm gonna have you guys go ahead and find your hurdler position. So one leg is long, one leg is bent. We're gonna do our best to push this knee down to the ground. Some of you may feel your knee up slightly still. That's okay, just keep actively giving yourself that cue to push it down. You can reach for your toe if you can get a hold of it. If not, grab onto the ankle or the calf. Pull into your long arm or your leg. And then I want you to circle sweep, keeping your chest open, pushing that knee down. Reach across for this nice big stretch through your low back, through your oblique, through your hip. And then think about taking the ribs up to create a little bit more extension and arch through that side. And then breathe. Exhale attention, inhale to the stretch. You may notice that you're able to get a little bit lower. Allow your body to sink into that. All right. Release the arms, square your body to face this long leg. Now we're gonna really put the emphasis in the hamstring. So you can go ahead again, grab onto the toe if you can reach it. If you struggle to get your toe, I want you to bend your knee. And then I want you to just slowly start to slide the leg out as far as your hamstrings will allow. Don't push too much. So if this is as far, you already feel that pull, hold it there. Try pulling your shoulders back and lifting your chest up for a little bit more length. If you can loosen it all the way down to the ground, great. If you're here and this still feels easy, then you're gonna start to pull yourself over the leg, trying to lay the chest on the front of the quad. All right, we will go ahead and release. We're gonna switch sides, so let's bring the opposite leg long. We'll start with that nice big reach across. So I'm gonna do my best to keep this down, flex my foot, circle sweep up and over, keeping my shoulder open, driving my ribs up to create that nice extension and arch through my side, and then sinking into that stretch. And then just slowing the breath. Talking to the muscles, it sounds silly, but focusing on lengthening the areas we're stretching, telling them to lengthen, really does help. Go ahead and release that circle sweep your arm, square your shoulders to your leg, flex your foot if you can. Again, grabbing onto whatever you can get, or bending the knee, finding that stretch, and then just moving in as low as that hamstring will allow you to go. Be very careful with that range of motion though, guys. If you're already at the toe, you can begin to try to release further into that stretch. Go ahead and release there, guys. We're gonna go ahead and find your butterfly pose. This first round, again, just like we did when we did the shoulder press, I want to bring my feet as close as I can, but only if I can sit up tall and I can actively push my knees down. Everyone's range of motion is going to be different on the knees. They're not going to be flat on the ground unless you're super flexible, maybe some people's, but I just want you to be able to sit up tall and push the knees down. If it's too hard for you to sit up tall, you just need to walk your feet further out in front of you. That's totally fine. Find that angle that works for you. Everyone's slightly different, but I want you to bring the chest up, pull the shoulders back and down, and drive those knees down towards the ground. We're going to be here for 10 seconds. And then we're going to go ahead and start to lean forward. So if I can, I want to try to put my elbows right into the front of my shins. I'll wrap my hands around my feet, and I'm going to pull myself down like I'm going to lay my chest on the front of those feet. Again, once you've found the bottom, you can begin to try to lengthen the spine out. Even if it's just the mental cue of lengthening the back out, it will make the stretch deeper. Or you may be able to actually manipulate the back a bit, pull the shoulders, lift the chest higher, push the hips back. We'll go ahead and release here, guys. Let's go ahead and find a crisscross applesauce. So again, I can cross at my ankles, I can cross a little higher at my shins, or if I have the ability, I can go ahead and cross up at my full knee and leg area. I'm gonna sit nice and tall, and we're gonna do our best to keep our back tall for this first half. So instead of bending at my back, I'm gonna go ahead and just try to hinge at my hips, even if I just move a couple inches. This is one of those movements where it's gonna take a while for you to actually reach your bottom. You may think you reached it, and then the next thing you know, you were able to move a little bit further into it. And I just want you, and the arms can go out in front of you as well. The only reason I start with them back behind me or at my sides is because we tend to want to roll our shoulders forward when we have them out in front of us. So as long as you can keep your back neutral and your shoulders down, it is totally okay to walk those hands out. Keep pushing the glutes into the ground and keep trying to fold as much as you can around your hips. We're going to spend a little time here, so just take your time. Breathe into the low back, breathe into the hips. All right, guys, I'm going to have you start to begin to walk yourself up or push yourself up. We are going to switch those legs that are on top, so it may feel a little bit harder on this side. We generally choose our easier side first, so you may notice your range of motion is a little bit more limited, or even just sitting in your crisscross, maybe you feel like you can't push your knees down as much. That's okay, you're just going to do your best. Again, we're going to keep that posture tall, pull the belly button back, keep the ribs on the hips, Nice long back, and then we will fold forward. Arms can come out in front if you would like. Just finding whatever's comfortable to you. And just taking our time to lower into that stretch. Really not rushing the process. Exhaling the tension, inhaling into the stretch. We're going to go 10 more seconds here. All right, I want you to slowly begin to move your way back up. Not rushing too fast out of the stretch. And then if you want to take a second to, you can untangle your legs, you can kind of roll out your shoulder, you can roll out your low back, kind of just feel what feels good to you right now. We're going to take a second just to stretch out the arms. I'm going to pull my shoulder back and down, and then I'm going to bring it across my body for this nice big shoulder stretch. You may want to play around with the angles a bit, so you may want to bring the arm up or even down a little bit lower, or just kind of feel out where you hold more of your tension, and then just breathe in, creating more space behind. Let's go ahead and release. Let's do the same thing on the opposite side. So I'm going to make sure my shoulder's back and down. Then I'm going to bring it across my body. And then I may play around with my angles again. So on this side, I feel a whole lot more stretch when I elevate. So I may hold here just a little bit longer. It's also great when we're stretching, we're really starting to get to know our bodies, our own little imbalances, just kind of where we're at. And always just taking those notes in so that we can begin to auto-correct them, start to work on them. We're going to go ahead and release there, guys. We're going to go ahead and take the arm back up and over. Nice big tricep stretch. Again, I'm going to try to avoid letting my ribs come up, so I'm going to make sure my ribs are not sticking out, my back is neutral, my core is engaged. Go ahead and release that side, bring the opposite arm. Reaching down the back. We'll release again. We're going to get one more stretch here just for the neck, guys. So I want you to, again, sometimes I like to put my hand here just to give myself that gentle cue of pushing the shoulder down and back. But I'm just going to lay my ear like it's going to lay on this opposite shoulder. You may also try sitting on your hand to give yourself that cue to create a little bit more length through the neck here. We're going to take a big inhale, and on our exhale, it's not a huge angle. I'm just going to turn my chin slightly up to reach towards the ceiling, like where the wall and the ceiling meet out in front of me. Then let's go ahead and release there. Let's bring the opposite arm. Again, I'm going to check my shoulder, and then I'm going to first just come straight across, breathing into that space. And then let's take that big inhale. On our exhale, we'll just glide that chin slightly up towards where the wall and the ceiling meet.